We continue to celebrate the Matric class of 2024 that achieved an 87.3% pass rate, the highest in the history of South Africa. Now they've surpassed the 82.9% recorded in 2023. Now this evening we're joined by some of the country's top achievers. They are Musawenkosi Buthelezi, top achiever at Zimisele Secondary. He'll actually be joining us via Teams. Tumisho Selamolela from Christian Brothers College, Thandanani Mtshali, top achiever at Dominics Catholic School for Girls, and Dzanga Mathavhathe, top achiever at Sutherland High School. Welcome and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
No, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Let's start with you, Tumisho. As a top achiever, how does it feel? And just talk us through your journey from the support from family, friends, and just mentally. How does one prepare for this moment?
I think first the feeling is quite overwhelming first when you get your results, but then you become happy and it's like you finally did it. So my journey started from the beginning of high school. I was always doing my best to get good marks and always make sure that my work is done on time. So I would say I've been consistent from grade 8 through to grade 12, and also my family has been a big support in my life. So I'm a kind of guy where I don't really like being told that I must study, and my parents are they understand that, so they don't tell me to do that. So
all right.
I work better like that. And I would say also my friends have been a major part. I could ask them anything and they'd answer. I could phone them at 11 p.m. and they would help.
Mm-hmm. So, and then as for the Christian Brothers School, did you get a lot of support from your teachers, resources there? Yes,
I did get a lot of support. I even used to study at school during October. So I'd go to school and then I'd study with my friends, and then every time I was unsure about something, the teachers were right there and they could help me instantly.
Mm-hmm. And then Thandanani, how does this moment feel for you?
Indescribable. Words cannot put into...
Did you expect it? The most important, did you expect it? Because most have been telling us that they've been top achievers throughout their high school career. So to a certain extent, they expected that come the end in Matric, they'll probably be among the top achievers. Did you expect it?
I did.
All right.
I did.
We love the confidence.
I really did. At first, it was seeing the vision and is this vision really attainable? But I just had to keep telling myself that I've been doing this since grade 8 and I will continue to do so, and Matric was just a testimony of that.
So what is it that you do? Because we keep hearing of time management and balancing, a bit of learning time with a little bit of pleasure, also spirituality. A number of children telling us whatever your faith is, they would either center themselves and pray, etc. So what were you doing throughout this period, specifically at the start of Matric year to now?
I would definitely say prayer. I was big on prayer, as well as just grounding myself and reminding myself that we're here, we can do this. And yeah, no, I'm seriously big on prayer, and that was just it, as well as gym as well, exercising. I feel that exercise helped me a lot in terms of just releasing pent up anxiety and such.
Dzanga, how does this moment feel for you?
It's overwhelming. I did not expect my night to end like this. I was up at midnight waiting for my results, and I thought, okay, I'll just go to school, get my results, come back home. But no, I'm on national TV now. So yeah, I don't know, my heart is beaming with joy, and I just know my parents are very proud, and it's very satisfying just to see that pride beaming on their faces, and my whole family, they've been supporting me all the way.
And you deserve this moment, not just for your family, but for the rest of the country to celebrate with you.
Yes,
but what kind of work have you put in that culminated in this specific moment where you are named the top achiever of your school?
I think I liked to put myself under a lot of pressure throughout my high school journey.
All right.
So I did partake in a lot of activities just to show myself that come what may, I can handle Matric. No matter how much pressure, no matter how much, the tears, how difficult it can get, I can still get through it.
And the badges actually indicate that. I wish we could actually zoom into that. Class tutor, academic, you've got one for pro, what does it say?
Pro Pasha.
Pro Pasha, you RCL, there's quite a lot, eh?
Yes, it's been tiring, but I just wanted to show mostly my grade 8s that came, because yeah, I just wanted to show my grade 8s that it's possible. You can be like whoever you want to be, start on a clean slate, and you can make yourself into the most amazing person, the woman of your dreams.
I'm sure many of them actually draw inspiration from you, junior librarian as well, so
Yes.
quite the avid reader. And then for you, we are now with our last one, Offense. Offense, how was it for you? How does this moment feel, the journey leading up to this moment?
I'm just really grateful to be where I am, because I know that Matric wasn't easy at all. So getting here to have the distinctions I have and having the family support that I do, I'm just very grateful. I think that getting here took a lot of courage and sitting down with myself and having to look at my priorities, because I can't even say that grade 11 me and Matric me is the same person, because I had to sit down with myself and look at what is important to me. So I'm just really grateful that I could do that for myself and get to where I am today.
How many distinctions did you attain?
I got 8 distinctions.
Sure, quite
So,
impressive.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. I didn't expect it for the longest time, but once I looked at how long I've been working, because this work doesn't just happen overnight. Matric starts at the beginning of high school sometimes. You have to focus on what's important to you and what's the end goal. So just know, when I looked at myself and just knowing that I've been working so hard, I just knew that it is possible, even though it might be hard, but I'm very grateful nonetheless.
We actually have Lerato on Teams, but I think everybody would be interested to know how many distinctions all of you actually got. Dzanga, how many did you get?
I achieved 7 distinctions.
And then how many did you achieve?
8 distinctions.
8, and you?
8 as well.
Wonderful. Let's rope in then Lerato there. Good afternoon, Lerato. Thank you for joining us. Firstly, congratulations, and how does this moment feel for you?
Thank you. I feel a little bit of excitement because this wasn't something that I expected. I really didn't believe that I would make it to the top 100. Well, it turns out that I made it to the top 10, so I'm really happy.
Congratulations again. And how did you study throughout this period to attain these kind of results that you've attained?
Okay, so I had a study schedule. I used to do 2 content subjects per day and then 1 language per day, yes. When I arrive at home, I would sleep, and then I would start studying around 8 o'clock, yes. Because my family are sleeping by then, I would have a peaceful studying environment.
Tumisho, I want to bring you back in here and talk about the impact of COVID on most of you, because one would think there was a lot of fear going into what would have been grade 10 for you guys, I believe, that there you had to start either rotational learning, this online learning, and many would have been apprehensive to think, by the time we get to Matric, would we have gotten through everything, and would we have gotten the necessary support? How was the COVID period for you?
So at the beginning of grade 8, when COVID first started, I remember that my marks took a big plunge, because I'm a person who doesn't like online learning much. I prefer being there physically. I think it's more effective for me. So I think that I just had to push, knowing very well that I don't like doing it online. I had to push through grade 8, and the teachers were very helpful. They were always on time for the Google Meets and teaching us. They gave us all the resources we needed, and it was very much a pleasure. So over time, as the restrictions, they became better, and then we started easing into physical school again. I would say then my marks came back up. So I think it's quite amazing to see that I literally work better physically. So yes, I would say that COVID did have a big impact on me, but the school did help very much by providing the resources that we needed and the help and the constant support. So yes, they minimized the impact of COVID for our students.
And then for you, Thandanani, how was that COVID period, getting into grade 8? It would have been 2020. Yes, 2020. So starting grade 8, it's the beginning of high school, and now March, you all hear that we're going into lockdown, and beyond that point, it was just online learning, less physical contact.
I'd like to add on to what Tumisho was saying in terms of, at first it was daunting. However, I found that I enjoyed online learning actually, and I feel like my family also reinforced that in terms of my mother would literally make me wake up and take a bath and put on my school uniform and attend the Teams meetings that we would have. So I think as well that, excuse me, COVID did help me to be disciplined in terms of knowing when it's time to log on, as well as taking necessary breaks. So I did enjoy COVID times and staying home as well. However, I enjoyed my high school career even more when I went back to school. And I agree with what Tumisho was saying in terms of my school environment really was conducive, and I was able to carry on with my education and everything ran smoothly. The teachers were always there, sometimes, all the time. The teachers were
They're watching. We're celebrating the teachers along with you this evening.
Absolutely, absolutely. The teachers were always there, as well as keeping each other accountable as friends. Like, guys, are you logging on? If maybe you can see that, oh, Thanda isn't on the team, let me message her and let her know that the team has started. So
I love the fact that your parents made sure that you're wearing uniform, because I think there's a psychological switch. If you're going to put on your uniform, even if the teachers can't really see you, but you then somehow know that schooling has begun. No, I love that. Your parents ensured that you were disciplined enough and knew that it's time to go to school. And then for you, Dzanga, how was the COVID period?
Oh, wow. For me, it was a bit of it was a bit sad actually, because I was so excited to go to my high school. I had nothing but good reviews about the school, and I was just so excited to be part of Sutherland. But however, when COVID started, it gave me time to reflect on my marks. I hadn't always been a top achiever since grade 8. I think I was a bit of a more average learner. But during COVID, I was able to reflect on myself and see that I actually had so much more potential. I could actually push myself further. And then I decided to harness that potential starting from grade 9. And I pushed and pushed, and it's just been all the way up from here.
Wonderful. Yes. And then for you, how was the COVID period?
I thought it was only going to last like maybe a month or two, so I was excited at the beginning. But then once you realize that, oh my gosh, this is going to be long term and I don't want to just be sitting at home. So around that time, outside of my academics, likewise, I, dedicated my time to school. I went to all my lessons. My parents made sure that I sit at the table. I didn't have to wear uniform.
I was getting there. I wanted to find out if you wore your uniform.
No, they just made sure I was never in my bed. But outside of academics, that's when I started running and I started hockey. So I just honed into other parts of myself and built those strengths outside of academics, and I'm grateful for that as well, because I would have been a couch potato if it wasn't for my parents. So yeah,
I suppose it instilled a lot of discipline in all of you, just listening to what you're saying, that period, because you had to work independently. So meaning even university will somewhat not be as daunting for you guys, because you know how it is to work independently. But we're still going to ask you about the plans for the future. But let's rope in Lerato. Lerato, just talk us through at least that period for you, the COVID period. How difficult or easy was it to transition into this space of either online learning or rotational learning?
Okay. So for me, the COVID period was kind of difficult because my mom just moved out and I was left in my bed. So it was a really, really tough time for me because it was a stage of adolescence. Like when you meet your mom and you don't have the support, you don't have the relationship with your dad. So it was kind of overwhelming for me because I had to figure out everything by myself. And the COVID thing got me stressed out because I wasn't guided by anybody. And then when we got back to school, we used to switch days. Maybe on Monday we got in, and then Tuesday we don't. And then that way it actually also gave me time to like figure out I started like preparing study strategies that I could use that work for me, and socializing with people, talking to them, asking them how do they manage it. It's kind of like it was awesome, but it kind of helped me a lot.
I'm sorry, Lerato, for the challenges that you had to experience in a very important period in your life. But look at you now. You have risen above all those adversities. So just share with us your plans beyond this, Lerato. Are you going to university, and what will you be studying?
Okay, I'm going to university of.
All right. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear Lerato there. But Tumisho, your plans? Just in a few words, everybody, short, very succinct. Where you're going, university, and what course will you be studying?
I plan to study actuarial science at Wits.
All right. And then you?
I plan on studying nuclear engineering abroad.
Okay. Dzanga?
I'm planning on studying medicine, either
Okay.
UCT or UP.
And then you, Offense?
I'm planning on studying an LLB degree at Wits.
Good luck to all of you. The future looks so bright. Again, congratulations for making not just your parents, your peers, but South Africa proud. That's where we leave it with our panel discussion. A bunch of winners these young people are.